Hey y'all, the next few recipes that I share with y'all is gonna be all about the big game day in February, because you get a house full of men and they can eat you out of house and home while they're screaming and hooting and hollering over that football game. So I'm gonna make sure I have plenty of snacks. And the first recipe I'm gonna share with y'all is a brownie cake. And it's pretty simple ingredients. I've got my chocolate and I've got my butter. Now you can melt this. The recipe says actually melt it over a double boiler over water, but I'm not going to do that. Or you can do it in the microwave. I'm just going to stand up here and watch it very carefully and not burn the chocolate or burn the butter. And then I'm gonna put it over here in this bowl. And we've got sugar, we've got cocoa, we've got eggs, vanilla, salt, and self-rising flour, which means we don't have to use any baking powder or baking soda. You know, most of the recipes call for plain flour. So you have to add your leavening things to it, but not this one. All right. I did a good job, y'all. I got it nice and smooth and melted. And now I'm gonna just transfer it to our big bowl. And we're gonna let this kind of cool. Although I didn't get it piping hot, I got it just hot enough to melt. I'm gonna get every bit of that chocolate out of there. And I used a nonstick pan, so it's coming out good. Came out real good. Uh-oh. Can't believe it, I missed some. Okay. So, our next step is to whisk in our cocoa. I think I'm gonna have to get the whisk because I don't want this to be lumpy. This is already really cool, so I think I can go ahead and finish putting everything together. So I'm going to add the eggs. My little chickens have quit laying eggs. How about y'all? How long has it been since we got an egg, Eddie?
You know, it's probably been about a month and a half.
Yeah.
But you know, I think they are just about all done losing their feathers. They all look nice and full.
Yeah.
I've got a lamp that I'll start using during the day.
To encourage them to.
Because it's kind of dust on that side of it.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah, it is.
And I noticed, I looked at them yesterday around 4 o'clock. They are marching up the ramp to go to bed.
At 4:30?
Yeah.
Well, I know they're probably just as confused as we are. All right, I'm seeing these cords that are in those eggs, and I just don't like them. So I try to take them out because I just don't like them. All right, now we're gonna stir in the sugar. And I'm gonna add that salt to our flour over there. This is gonna be real chocolatey, y'all. All right, a tablespoon of vanilla. And then last, we're gonna fold in our flour. That tablespoon of vanilla really helped moisten this up. All right, now I'm gonna fold in our flour. And I added the salt to that, so I'll just stir that around a little bit. Are we putting nuts in this? This recipe doesn't call for nuts, does it?
It does not.
Ugh. So, if you like nuts, add nuts. Well, crap, Paula. This is messy. I need to change places with Eddie and let him do this. This takes muscles. Muscles. No. All right, we're gonna bake this, y'all, in an 8x8 pan. And we're gonna bake it for about 25 minutes, and it should still be gooey in the center. Okay, we about to get it. I think that the recipe calls you to cook in an 8x8, but I swear I think this is a 9x9, Teresa.
Do we have an 8x8?
I would sure think so. Okay, I was right, y'all. That bowl was actually like a 9.5, right at 10x10. So that would play with the thickness of our brownie cake. So we're switching over to an 8x8 because that will make a difference. This is a thick batter, y'all.
It's like fudge.
Oh, it does. Looks like we could cut it and eat it as fudge. So if you're cooking for a bunch of men and girls, us girls love chocolates. Okay, so we're just gonna press this down in the pan. And I think the temperature is 350, I think. And I'm trying real hard not to change my recipe, y'all. Because I tend to change every recipe I got. You know, it just depends on the mood. But I sure do think that would be good with some nuts on it and maybe some caramel sauce. But I'm not changing the recipe, I promise. Okay, our brownie cake is ready. And I flipped it over and a little stuck. So you'll make sure that you're going to want to use your spray that has flour in it. And I did not. It slipped my mind. So that flour will keep anything that you need to flip out. It'll keep it from sticking. But anyway, it's got a gooey inside. And since some of it's stuck, I'm just going to dress it up with a little powdered sugar. A little powder and paint to make us what we ain't. How's that? My sissy says that all the time.
You put cut strawberries over it or like raspberries?
Oh, you could do anything. I'm thinking like a caramel syrup with maybe a little scoop of ice cream on top and drizzle it with caramel syrup.
Did it cut?
All right. So it's still so hot, I don't even know if it's gonna cut. But see how gooey? You really do need to let it cool. But
You know, I have my Spark when it spins the sweets.
okay, come get you a piece.
Oh, it's good and gooey on the inside. I love that.
Oh.
Is it burning your mouth?
Yes.
See how it's on the heavy? Can you see that? I mean, it's got a good goo. So if you don't like it that gooey, you can, of course, cook it
No,
a
why
little
would
bit
you not
longer.
want that goo?
But that's
All right, so let me tell you what this reminds me of. Look at the goo. Love it. It reminds me of that cake with the chocolate gooey
Molten lava.
molten lava.
lava cake.
Molten lava.
a flourless molten lava cake.
That's what this tastes like.
Well, it is good.
I love that gooey fry.
This will go over well.
The meal, love it. Bon appetit, Sally Mae. Woof, woof, woof. Oh, the dogs are not playing, are they? It's 2 football teams, though. I do know that. Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.